never clicked. Very excited today. We get to feed the worms again. So I've got some kitchen compost here in the blender. Some tea, lettuce, coffee grounds, strawberries, banana, my handy garden scissors, kitchen scissors. I'm actually going to chop this up this time. Because last time we had problems with the chunks in here. So I'm going to chop very well. Quick rinse in my bucket of water. Oh yeah. I'm using the blender out here this time because the greenhouse got rearranged and I don't want to scare the fish. It's the only place we have an outside plug that'll work. So I'm going to add some water to this. Spiderweb. Poor broken lid. It's another reason why I do this outside. Still a learning process. That looks so gross. You're gonna love that. It's a little thin. It's a lot thin. Oh well. Let's go feed those worms. Here we go. Okay.
Go.
Okay, so we're at the worm bin now. I'm gonna show you what the layers look like, and we're gonna feed these worms. So if you have a look at the top here, I've numbered different sections for each feeding that I'm going to give them in a rotation. So I fed 1, I fed 2, I fed 3. We're going to feed in this corner today. So the top bin should be empty. There's a little bit of fruit flies going on in there, and that's fine. This is where we're going to build once we've gone around the circuit and let the worms work out what is in the bottom bin. Here's our middle bin. This is where the worms are living. So we have fed in this section here. See, it's very loose. Still some worms hanging out in here. Now when I got these guys, they came with a whole banana peel. I can't see that in there anymore. Look at all those worms. Good job. I fed them here. A little bit of eggshells were, I didn't grind them up enough. I just put them in the blender. I didn't use my mortar and pestle. So those are still left behind, but all the veg matter, that's all gone in that feeding. We do have a few sprouts coming up, and that's fine too. Just pick them out. The worms will eat them. It's better for it to sprout in this bin rather than, you know, once we use this in our other plants and whatnot. This is the last feeding. Well, it's still pretty gross in there. Not a lot of worm activity. They're making their way over. Some little white things in there, I don't know. Maybe those are worm babies. Either way, they're going to be composting this. Kind of does look like little babies. Now this doesn't have a bad smell at all. It's not stinky like you'd think veg compost would be. Oh, hello. Sorry to disturb you. Some big guys in there hiding out, just being worms, checking it all out. So this mix I just made is a little thin, lucky for me. We just cut the lawn. So I'm going to stick some lawn clippings in there just to help hold the matter up. It's probably going to take them quite a bit to work through this, but that's fine. In goes the goop. That was a lot of goop. The rest of that's going to go in the compost. I'm really glad I put that grass in there to help hold it up. Just cover it up again. Some of this dirt and worms and mess there. So I haven't been overly concerned about the moisture level in here yet. I have been checking it on a daily basis because this is my first time doing vermiculture, dealing with worms and all that. So we've been checking the bins. The top bin's been empty. The middle bin has been nice and moist, not too dry. I think it's doing great if it can grow these little sprouts. Now the worms are doing their job. You can definitely see a difference. On this side here where the worms first started, it's a lot looser, a lot more airy. See them all squirming around in there. And this side's still, you know, pretty packed. There's some obvious worm movement all over the bin, but I haven't put anything in here yet for them to work it. Now I'm tempted to start another bed here and then start layering again, but that's where this top bin comes in. Once the worms have worked through all the sections and worked through all the matter and left, you know, some nice castings behind, I'll start my other bed here, building it with the layers again like I did before, the cardboard, the newspaper, the lawn clippings, the kitchen scraps, and then hopefully they'll all migrate up here. So when I say I check the moisture levels, I have a bin underneath as well. And I did have a little bit of spillage down there, but that's pretty essential, you know, pretty much dried up. Worm did get down there, it's dried up too. But if I were having moisture level problems with this, I'd have a lot of extra liquid down there right now. So I think it's sitting at the perfect moisture level. Not too much, not too dry. The worms seem happy. It's not stinky. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing with our squirm, and I'll definitely keep you updated on how this goes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.